Hi guys, I'm Julia and today I'm going to review Obsidian by l.armentrout. So this is my first review in quite a while and I decided to make it Obsidian because l.armentrout is one of my favorite authors, and I just read it a second time because we were supposed to do a book review for our German class and I want to go with Obsidian, so I thought if you already have to do the work, then at least you can do a book talk about it. So, what is this pretty book about? This book is about Katie, and Katie is 17 years old, and a few years after her dad died, she and her mom are moving to West Virginia. And Katie just expects it to be totally boring, slow internet access, and yeah, she really doesn't want to go there because she's from Florida and Florida was her home. And yes, so when Katie arrives, she goes over to her neighbors to ask for directions, and who opens the door? It's a totally hot guy, and his name is Damon. But then Damon opens his mouth, and he's a total jerk. He's just mean to Katie, and he's sarcastic, and like on the back of the book, Damon is stat-worthy. So, but then Damon's sister G comes over and she's becoming friends with Katie because Dee is practically the exact opposite of Damon. And so now that Dee and Katie are friends, Damon is really pissed off about it because he doesn't want them to be friends. But Damon has to spend some time with Katie, and though they really don't like each other, they become quite some friends. Not really friends, but they like each other, but they don't want to admit it. So then one day Katie nearly gets run over by a truck, and the thing is, Damon stops the truck and freezes the time to save Katie. And that's the point when Katie finds out that Damon and his sister are aliens. Yeah, there are two kinds of aliens. That are the Luxon and the Arum, or something like that. And the Luxon are the good guys, so that are Damon and Dee. And yeah, the Arum are the bad guys, and they want to destroy the Luxon, and they want to absorb the powers of Luxon, and yes, that's the main plot of the book. And yeah, no, aliens, it sounds kinda cheesy, but l.armentrout wrote them really great. And also in this book, Katie, the main character, is really relatable because she's a because she's a book blogger, and she just loves books, and she gets always excited when she gets new books, and so she's really relatable because we're all obsessed with books, and so you can really feel her. My opinion, this book is totally addicting. So like I said, I already read it the second time, and I read it just as fast as the first time because it's so well written and the story is really good. So a lot of people compare it to Twilight because there are really some parallels. It's like Katie is Bella and Damon is Edward, and Dee seems like Alice, and then we have Ash and she's practically Rosalie. And though there are some similarities, this book is totally different, and if you like sci-fi, you should totally read this. And Jennifer l.armentrout just writes epic, and yeah, like I said, I love everything about her books. And if there's the name Jennifer l.armentrout on it, I'm going to read it. It doesn't matter what it's about. So you can trust me, you won't regret to read this book. Yeah, that's it for the non-spoilery part. Now I'm going to discuss a few points in more detail. So, if you don't want to get spoiled, go now, read the book, then come back and discuss it with me. Hey spoiler people! The first thing that I want to talk about, I really love Katie's t-shirt that she wears at the beginning of the book. My blog is better than your vlog. And I want this t-shirt, but with my vlog is better than your blog. And yes, what I really like about Katie is that she's a book blogger and she's practically one of us. She's book addicted, and we can understand her how addicted she is, and with her blog how much it means to her. And so Katie is really relatable. And then we have the swimming scene where Damon has to go swimming with Katie so that he can get back his car keys that Dee hid from him. And I really love this scene. And that's the first time that you can see that Damon isn't a 100% jerk and that he's kind of just hiding his feelings. The next scene that I absolutely loved was this porch scene where it's raining and Katie fainted because of the bear and the lightning strike. And I love it how they're this close to kissing and they don't even get that Dee is there, and then you can see that there's really chemistry between them. So, and one of my favorite things in this whole book is this math scenes where Damon always pokes Katie in the back with his pen. That it's like my favorite thing ever in this whole book. I find it so funny, and how frustrated Katie always is when he's like, poke, poke. So when Katie finds out what they really are, I find that it's so cool how she reacts. I mean, she's kinda used to the supernatural because of her books, but I mean, if somebody would tell me, hey, I'm an alien, I think I would kinda freak out and not react like Katie, but she's totally cool with it. And what can you guys do? Yes, what I also really love about this book is this whole frenemy relationship between Katie and Damon, because in all the other books it's like, oh, I like him, he's so sweet and he likes me, blah, and Katie and Damon are more like, I want to kill you if you don't shut up. And it's something different and something new, and all these mad-ass comments are just so freaking funny. Then the scene where Katie and Damon are on their way back from the prom party, and when Katie saves Damon, it's so awesome how badass Katie is. And then the next scene where they're at Damon's house, and then Katie is like, can you stay with me? And Damon's like, okay. And then in the morning when Katie is lying on top of Damon, and then when Damon is like sleeping but touching Katie, that scene is so cute. Then when we finally have their first kissing scene, whoa. And this scene is so hot, like, whoa. And how everything blows up, and then Damon fries Katie's laptop when they're kissing. It's so funny. And yes, the big fight scene, and honestly, I'm kinda confused by this scene. I mean, I've read it 2 times and I still don't really get what's happening. But otherwise, this scene is really badass, and how Katie drives on the field so that the iron won't get me is so badass from Katie. And you can see in her character that she doesn't want to be a bystander anymore, just like Damon said in the beginning. And I really love her character development, how she's first like a little bit shy, and then in the end she's like, bam! What I find really interesting is this bond between Katie and Damon that they have now that Damon healed her. And yes, I mean, I know what will go on with this bound, and because I already read the other books, but this is really interesting. Another thing about this book, nearly all the time Katie and Damon are like so frustrating because they have so much tension between them, and you're like, just kiss, no, kiss, but they never do, and it's so frustrating. So that were all of my like favorite scenes and parts from the book, and tell me in the comments what your favorite parts are. And yes, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!